Claire Morgan walked into his life on a Tuesday afternoon, and for the first time in years, Robert felt something warm stir inside his chest. He was 63, recently retired, and honestly pretty happy with his life. He had his morning walks, his woodworking shop in the garage, his Saturday coffee ritual with the guys he had known since forever. He had built something real over 6 decades, something solid, something that was genuinely his. But then Claire smiled at him, and slowly, without him even noticing, things started to shift. He stopped going to the garage. The Saturday coffees became every other Saturday, then once a month, then almost never. His grandkids called and he said he was busy. His old friends started texting instead of calling because they figured he would not pick up anyway. And Robert, this man who had spent 63 years becoming someone he was genuinely proud of, slowly started becoming someone he barely recognized. This happens to more men over 60 than anyone talks about. And I need you to really hear this because it might be the most important thing you listen to today. When a new relationship enters your life at this stage, it should feel like adding a beautiful new room to a house you already love. Not tearing the whole house down and starting over. The moment you start canceling the things that made you who you are, the moment you start shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's world, you are not showing love. You are slowly disappearing. And here is the painful truth. The very things you are giving up are probably the things that made her interested in you in the first place. Now let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever met a man who gave everything and still lost the relationship anyway? His time, his money, his energy, his whole identity, and she still left. Or worse, she stayed but stopped respecting him entirely. That is not bad luck. That is what happens when a man forgets that his value does not come from how much he sacrifices. It comes from who he actually is. After 60, you know things that younger men are still figuring out. You know that words are cheap. You know that anyone can be wonderful for the first few weeks when everything is still exciting and new. Real character only shows itself over time, in quiet moments, in how someone treats you when they are tired or stressed, or when they think you are not watching carefully. So when Claire or anyone else enters your life, your job is not to impress her immediately. Your job is to observe her. Does she keep her word? Does she treat your time like it matters? Does she push the relationship forward? Or does she sit back and let you carry all the weight? These questions matter more than how pretty she smiles. And please hear this part clearly, because so many good men get this completely backwards. Giving everything up front does not create love. It creates an imbalance. When you offer your whole heart, your savings, your schedule, and your emotional energy to someone who has not yet shown you they deserve it, you are not being generous. You are being unwise. A woman who truly wants to be your partner will never resent you for taking things slowly. In fact, she will respect you more for it because it tells her that you make decisions with your wisdom, not just your loneliness. Speaking of respect, let me be very direct with you. The moment you accept being spoken to dismissively, the moment you let a rude comment slide just to keep the peace, you have taught her something. You have taught her that it is acceptable to treat you that way. And whatever you allow in the beginning will always get louder over time. You do not need to raise your voice to stand your ground. The strongest men never do. They simply, calmly, make it known what they will and will not accept. And if that line keeps getting crossed, they create distance without drama and without apology. Your peace of mind after 60 is not a luxury. It is everything. You have earned it through decades of hard work, difficult seasons, and lessons that cost you something real. No relationship should threaten that peace. If someone's bad mood controls your whole day, if her silence makes you anxious and her approval makes you feel worthy, you have handed over something far too precious. Keep the remote control of your own emotions. Stay steady. Women who are worth your time are drawn to men who cannot be easily rattled. That steadiness is magnetic in ways that chasing and begging never will be. And about chasing. If she pulls back, if she becomes distant or cold, resist every urge to call more, text more, give more. Chasing a person who is pulling away almost always makes them pull further. It shifts the entire power of the relationship in the wrong direction. A man who knows his own worth does not beg anyone to stay. He opens the door, he wishes them well, and he keeps walking forward because he understands something that took him 60 years to truly learn. The right person will not make you feel like you have to audition for a role in your own life. Stay connected to your friends. Keep your hobbies alive. Call your kids and your grandkids. Go on the fishing trip. Attend the Saturday coffee. A healthy relationship adds people and joy to your world. It does not quietly subtract them one by one until she is the only person left standing. When that happens, when one person becomes your entire world, you lose your perspective completely. And a man without perspective makes choices driven by fear instead of wisdom. Here is the truth that ties everything together. Respect has to come before you pour your whole heart in, not after, not eventually, before. Because love without respect is fragile and exhausting. But when a woman genuinely respects you, she protects your time without being asked. She thinks before she speaks. She shows up consistently. She does not want to lose you because she understands clearly what you bring to her life. You are not looking to be completed at this stage. You are already complete. You are looking for someone who can walk beside the life you have already beautifully built. Someone who enhances it rather than dismantles it piece by piece. The men who find the deepest happiness after 60 are not the ones who gave the most away. They are the ones who knew exactly what they were worth, held on to themselves firmly, and waited patiently for a woman whose character matched her smile. Be that man. You have already done the hard work of becoming him.